All right. Good evening, good morning, everyone. You know what time it is. All right. Fair enough. I've been away for a couple weeks. You can't get too mad at me. Work's been a little busy, but nothing trumps West Ham. So here I am back at it again. Thirsty Thursday for you. We're ready to do it for another hometown hammer. I see you all joining the chat. Welcome. We got an exciting guest tonight. This guest, immediately when I met him, I knew that he had to be on this show. And one of the reasons is he just has such charisma. Okay. He is a diehard West Ham fan. There is no denying that he is one of the greatest fans. He is from another country, not from the US. And he has been a part of 2, maybe 3 supporters groups here in the US. And he can correct me if I'm wrong. But somebody that goes from different cities and joins different West Ham groups when you don't know anyone, that is insane. And that is true fandom right there. So without further ado, I am going to officially introduce my hometown hammer of the week, and it's Tariq. Hey, Tariq.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
So nice to be here. Thank you so much for the nice introduction, too. Oh, my God. Making me blush.
Absolutely. I mean, come on. Can there be a bigger fan than you?
Yeah, in the stadium when you get there, yeah, there's some rowdy ones. I don't know if I could compete, but boy, have I been probably too much involved in West Ham over the years. Hence, I don't have a lot up here, just a lot in here, you know?
Exactly. Scott says it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's KDK. Yes, I'm back, Vern. We're here. We're ready to party. It's Thursday. All right, Tariq, do you have any beverages with you?
Yeah, I got a lovely glass of filtered water here, and
Oh, there you go. All right. So he's got
keeping
his
me.
Thirsty Thursday
Yeah,
beverage. Oh, Lucas says, my brother Tariq, what is up?
yeah. Shout out Lucas, DC Irons.
Oh, I'm getting service here. I'm getting a glass of wine prepared.
I need one.
So let's talk about how you became a West Ham fan, because this is so crazy and so important. And then we'll get into how you became a part of all these different U.S. supporters groups, because that's also insane to me. So tell me a little bit about how. Oh, here it is.
Ooh.
Tell me about how you originally became a West Ham fan.
Yeah. So, just like the United States, there's always times when, over the last few years, that media really helps connect fans with overseas and England, and that was same in my case. I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, and so I love cricket. Cricket was great. I was a big cricket fan. Also because Trinidad is a Caribbean is a United Kingdom colony. It was. And one day I was in my room and I heard my dad screaming really loud. I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I ran downstairs, and he's like, "Oh, my team scored in the last minute." I was about 10 years old, so yeah, this is about 18 years ago, and he was screaming. Shaka Hislop went up for the corner against Spurs, and we scored in the last minute. It was amazing. I was like, oh my God, like it didn't matter much, but for him to be so involved, I was like, something's up, something's incredible. I was like, why have I never heard you like this? He's like, oh, we just had, we have the TV rights here. It was then Fox Soccer Channel that came, and so I started getting involved. That was the season that we just got promoted on the Alan Pardew, and we got to the FA Cup final, and I was following it, and it was just such an unbelievable time. We were playing attractive football. The team chemistry was amazing. Everything was on the up, and that was the highest of highs for many years. But however, that was my team. I stuck with them. Everybody in Trinidad and Tobago supported Man United and Barcelona, Man United, because Dwight York who's from Trinidad, played for Manchester United, and all the big teams. So I was the only West Ham fan. And it was really tough because it's just me alone, no one else from it's you're in an island. Dial-up internet was around, nothing else. So you don't meet anyone else who knows and loves West Ham. So it's very lonely, but at the same time, it's your team, and you love them for everything that they are, and it's who I am. It's But then when I came abroad to study in Canada, I was with the Toronto Hammers. Then I went to study in DC, and I was with the DC Irons, and I'm here now working in Philly and with the Philly Hammers. And now I've realized it's not only about identity, but it's about family and community, and that's what's so amazing about the West Ham groups and being all together. It's a wonderful place to share in the sorrows and happiness that we're experiencing right now.
That to me is just the most incredible story, that you were in Trinidad and Tobago and you were like the only fan. You were the only person cheering for West Ham, and you stuck with it. And here you are living in the US now, and you've been at the supporters group in DC, and your main man, where is he? Castia, he's here in the
Yeah,
chat room
Kostya.
giving you a strong hammer. And it's just crazy. And then you come up and you join us in Philadelphia, and you're like the brightest smile in the world, and you just come in and you hang out with us, and it's just amazing. So I just think that your story is just absolutely incredible, because
Thanks.
to be one of the only people to support West Ham on your own, and then to go through the struggles as a West Ham fan and go through it pretty much solo. You did have your dad, but it's just an absolutely incredible story. So hats off to you. And you're right, it is a family. And that's why, as I can see everyone coming in, Kieran and Neil in Australia, and, Foe over across the pond, and Scott. It's just incredible that all of us are here on different continents, and we're all together having a great time talking about West Ham. And, exactly like Scott said, has anyone heard? We're massive!
Oh yeah, I love that song too. I wash the dishes and sing that song. It just makes me so happy.
Hey, I got some dishes over here. You want to come over and
Yeah, just play me some West Ham clips and I'll sing the song and I'll wash it.
All right. There you go. So, with that being said, every individual that comes on the show, I have to ask them, because I feel like in Philly, we're not very good at singing the chants. So you have to sing your favorite chant when you come on the show. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, well, I'll sing this one because this one was not covered a lot, but it was one that was at a very wonderful time. And I was singing this on my way to class when I was in school, and it was just such a nice time. It went like this. We've got Manuel Lanzini and the Afrosacco too. We've got Mauro and Dimitri, and I guarantee we'll score more goals than you. So that was just such a wonderful song and time, because we used to play with just so much freedom and expansive football, and no matter what, we score so many goals, and I just love that uplifting feeling and song. But now, I mean, it's just gotten even better. So it's great.
It has. And, it kind of reminded me of the Pablo Fornals. Yeah, we got DC Irons in the house tonight. This is a special occasion.
Thanks, good.
The Pablo Fornal song, it reminds me of that a little bit. He hates paella.
Yeah, no, he's great. They're all great. Like we're creating heroes now. That Upton Park season was great, but now it was the Payet show almost. Now it's the whole team, and it's so fantastic.
Kieran's off to go watch cricket.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're in the finals of the Cricket World Cup. Cheers! Australia is gonna probably win it.
Yeah, I know nothing about that, so I'm glad you do. Enjoy, Kieran. Drink a few beers, I guess. Yeah. Foe, talking about West Ham clips, getting some big ups right there. We are getting massive. It's insane. So, more importantly, have you ever gone to any of the stadiums to see a game?
Yeah, I went in 2010 when I was when I was in high school. Yeah, I went and I saw. The first game I ever saw was in the champ. We were in the championship, first game of the season. Sam Allardyce's first game. I was in the Chicken Run. Um,
You were in the chicken run?
yeah, it was fantastic. Oh my god, it was amazing. Like it's the first time. So like, like if it's the first time to do something and you never think you do it in your life, you think like something tragic will happen and you just would die and never happen. That's what you
Yeah.
said. I just would never think I would get that chance. And like before you get into the stadium, you just hear the roar going. Like you just hear that buzz. And then as you walk up the steps going into Chicken Run and then see the whole pitch is absolutely incredible. It was such an amazing feel because it's so close to the pitch. And like in the Chicken Run, Howard Webb was refereeing that game actually, and because the championship season starts right before the Premier League season, there's a lot of media coverage around there, and the media boxes was right next to where the chicken. I was right on the edge next to the Bobby Moore stand, and oh my goodness, it was fantastic. Scott Parker played that game, Kevin Nolan's
Whoa.
first game. It was incredible. The ball would come into the side, and they'll sing sign him up when they head the ball back, and it's so lively there. It was a great place. And then after the game, you're close to, or I guess you, like the players, they would park right there, so you'd go up and you'd ask them for the autographs, and I got like Scott Parker's autograph and everyone. I was like, Scott, give me your autograph, and he signed everybody's autographs. It was fantastic. The thing is that we lost 1-0 in the last minute in that game. That was an
Oh,
awful result. And then I also saw like the first game of the season against Spurs in the penultimate season of the Bowling Ground, which was that was Enel Valencia's first game, Aaron Cresswell's first game, and we also lost 1-0 in the last minute. And Mark Noble missed a penalty in that game. So
oh,
I think I'll never go and watch a West Ham game in real life because I probably am not good luck. Um, but at the same time, I think my favorite memory of being in the stadium was the tour. I'd tell anyone who's watching this, go to the stadium tour, but do it with the legends. Because when you
mm,
do it with the legends, they give you an amazing perspective of what it meant to play for West Ham, how it feels, like what it is, what their own opinions are about the club, their own insights. It's a really, really eye-opening thing. They took us to the boxes and I sat in like David Gold's seat. I remember where it was. I went over and sat in it, and we looked over the pitch and he talked to us about how it was signing for West Ham and playing in the FA Cup final. And as you look over the bowling pitch and imagine it as they spoke about it, it was just so incredible just seeing that and imagining it. So
wow.
yeah, that was fantastic. So I hope you could get over sometime too.
So I did. I actually went over about 4 or 5 years ago, and I guess it was 5 years ago now. Just time flies. Um, and we went to London Stadium, and we were
Ooh,
just so excited. I mean, we were like kids in a candy store. People must have thought we were crazy because we were just so excited to get in. We bought
what
two.
game?
It was against Leicester, and we were so excited to get in. We both bought two big cups of beer, and at the time, I was drinking cider. And then we forgot you couldn't bring them in. So my brother and I are outside trying to finish them before we go in. But yeah, it was just a phenomenal time, and we ended up meeting someone from Delaware County, right down the
Oh,
way. And he was from the U.S. and just moved there to be with um, someone in the UK. And so he shared his seats with us, and he was just phenomenal and gave us, his program, and we just had the best time. The videos
yeah.
are just,
Wow.
I look back on them and I'm like, I just can't wait. I can't wait until I get to actually go back. Fo, you're allowed to talk cricket whenever you want, as long as you don't yell at me for calling it soccer. I'm sorry. I mean, years and years of growing up and playing soccer, it's hard to change But yes, Tariq is a top man. He's got passion, and that's why I wanted him on this show, because he is a top fan, and he really adds great character to our Philly group. I mean, come on, Philly. Sorry, guys, Philly is by far one of the best groups. So.
It's awesome time. Yeah,
So
I moved from DC Irons, and Philly is right up there with those guys. So I think we need to have DC Iron said they're gonna come up sometime soon. So we're gonna have a nice big time.
good. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think we should definitely do it. And yeah, I said I'm not going to do any more Philly irons. I've done plenty of them, and I said, well, I have to have Tariq. I mean, you're an honorary,
Oh wow, yeah, yeah.
you know, so I had to. All right, so who is your favorite player? And it could be someone now, or it could be someone in the past.
Maybe I'll go through a few, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because how could you just pick one?
If it didn't end the way it did, obviously it would have been Payet, just because, I mean, just what he did, and it was just incredible the things he would do. And also his, I mean, at the age I was, and his swagger and stuff, the way he'd wear
Yeah.
his kit, his hairstyle, his physique, it's just, so I wanted to be like him. I wanted to grow my hair back just so I could have his mohawk. Love the guy. Um, what a guy he was, but he turned out to be a complete awful person. So he broke my heart.
Yeah.
That was the hardest heartbreak I ever had to go through. And also I thought about that same about Arnautovic. Was also
Oh
a heartbreak.
yeah.
But I think true hero, my first true West Ham hero was Dean Ashton.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the things, if you look at all his goals, they were all spectacular. All of them were incredible goals. He did not score normal goals, and just the way he played. I remember he was also linked to Man United. The way were calling him the next Alan Shearer, and then he got the injury, which was awful in England training. It was so bad. Sean Wright Phillips tackled him. Who breaks someone's ankle in England training? And Sean Wright Phillips didn't even apologize to his own teammates after. Never did after that.
Wow.
It was awful. One of the worst things that could have ever happened, and we didn't get any compensation at all. But Dean Ashton was fantastic, and the, my best memory also of being a West Ham fan in something pertaining to West Ham in real life is being able to see Dean Ashton play his only ever international, because that happened in Trinidad and Tobago.
What?
So England came to Trinidad to celebrate our centennial year of our football association, and Dean Ashton, that was his first ever call up, or probably the call up after he got injured and when he got back, and I knew he was coming, and oh my goodness, my dad got tickets. I was so excited. I made this huge poster, and I on every single page I wasted like 2 cartridges of ink. I created like a letter, Deano. So Dino is the best, on a big huge Bristol board page.
Oh my
And I
god.
was just like screaming, Dino. Like, everybody's screaming for Rio Ferdinand. David Beckham was there, Lampard, Gerrard, and I was the only one with a big, huge poster cheering for Dean Ashton, which is just so strange. But and then like he waved to me, and just his wave alone just was the best thing I could have ever asked for.
Oh my
So
gosh, it's like being
yeah.
a 14-year-old girl at like a Backstreet Boys concert, and they like point at you and you're like, "Oh my god."
Well, I was a 14-year-old boy, so
Yeah.
it was like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? If there's one thing that makes me really happy, that probably I might have been the only West Ham fan to see
That
Dean
is so
Ashton play in
cool.
real in his thing, and he was my hero. But then Scott Parker too was fantastic. He used to
Oh
play
yeah.
for my part, and he carried us for so long. He was incredible. And then Mark Noble, of course, because he of what he's done, you don't get people like him. And honestly, Mark Noble's influence on our club is so underrated, because even now he doesn't play a lot, but what he does behind the scenes is massive. Besides the fact that we are massive, and he is, like, you remember the last season. I don't think people are talking about this a lot, but remember the last season of the Boleyn there was a lot of hype and energy just because it's the last season. We
Yeah.
play our hearts out for that bowling ground last season. But no one's talking about the fact that this is Mark Noble's last season, and the players and staff are probably also having that same kind of momentum for him. I don't
Yeah.
know to what extent or how much and stuff, but I do believe that that's a big thing going on behind the scenes because of what he does in that club.
Absolutely. I think even just taking a look at his transition to Declan Rice of, being a captain, how much he managed that process with him, and just it was just so smooth, and he's just such a respectable guy. Like, how can these players not, play their hearts out for the Mr. West Ham? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it I don't want to think of it as his last season, even though it is, because I am hoping that we will keep him on the staff, of course. Um, so while we were chatting, the King came in, and so Wally's in the house, and Kieran said, "Yeah, the Chicken Run's one of the best places to watch a game." I am so jealous. Like, hearing you talk about the Chicken Run too was just like,
Yeah, I was in that. There was so much more rowdy and loud and true passionate West Ham as opposed to uh like that bigger stand that was more behind the players. Like, the more expensive seats used to be in this upper tier, and like above where Gold and Sullivan used to sit. And I remember we sat there when I watched Spurs, and like you sing and scream, but it wouldn't be as raucous as like
mm,
Bobby Moore and Chicken Run, Bobby Moore Low and Chicken Run. So yeah, it was something special. But you know what? This stadium is incredible. I'd absolutely love to go into it now to feel that excitement, because growing up, it used to be 34,000 people in Upton Park, not that many. But now, oh my God, just imagine 66 or 62,000 people in that stadium all cheering for West Ham. Never would have imagined that would have happened, because we are much smaller in brand. We were just an English club without much international reputation when the Premier League was growing. Now it's incredible. So I'm jealous of you.
well, I don't know when I'll get to go yet, but yeah, I mean, the experience there was phenomenal, and so when you get to go and see a game there, it's gonna blow your mind,
Yeah.
because you walk in and the stadium is massive, and I know that there are mixed feelings about it, because of the transition, and how it left everyone without jobs, that
What did you
had
think of
them.
it when you went?
What did I think of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
How
it
did
was
you
the
enjoy
most
it?
incredible thing. But, I'm an outsider that, is coming in for the first time, because I didn't get to experience the bowling. And I really only hear from it from everyone else who's gone, and their experiences. But to me, being on the Chicken Run would have been one of the most phenomenal things. Like, just to like catch someone's sweat on you. Like,
Yeah, it was very close. I have some pictures on. You could go on Facebook. You'll see. I probably it's deep in my West Ham pictures, and it's like Howard Webb is like right there. Scott Parker's right there. It was great. Yeah, and yeah, Wally and I were having a good time this Sunday. I saw his comment.
yeah, that's what he was
We
saying. I'm
missed
sad I
out.
missed that.
What a win that was.
Hopefully, Wally kept up the hammer shots going.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like long time ago, we never used to beat any of these big teams, so we'd always be losing. It's more losses than wins.
Oh
So in
yeah,
high school, like people call me, hey West Ham, hey West Ham. They call me by West Ham because I'm West Ham boy, and some people would actually call me, hey Worst Ham, because we were the
yeah.
worst ham. So that was
Oh
that was
man.
hilarious. Now we're the best ham. So yeah.
Martin says that this is the best team ever. He thinks Rice reminds him of Bobby Moore. It's funny. I almost think that Suchek reminds me a little bit more of Bobby Moore, but
I think Martin. I told someone that a few years ago. I found that he reminded me of Bobby Moore Rice. but they said none already. But what I find very similar is the way he runs too, like Bobby Moore. If you look at clips of Bobby Moore, I find Declan Rice's running is very similar.
Yeah,
And I think
okay. Yeah, I can
his
see that.
interception and tackling is quite good as well. I mean, no comparison to Bobby Moore. He was the pinnacle of everything, but Rice is a generational talent, and I'm just absolutely enjoying him playing for us, him being our captain. I don't know, however, for much longer, but I'm just absolutely loving everything about this team because we're so blessed to have this team play for us right now.
It is. And I mean, I think it's a pretty phenomenal team, but I'm questioning it if it's the best team ever. I mean, of course, I'm loving every minute of it. But as Costia says, 1964, 1986, better, at least until the season's over. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely
apparently,
a question. But the fact that we're even having this conversation isn't a bad thing, right?
yeah, maybe Kostia saw the whole 1964 season, so I'm sure he could expand
He
on that,
probably
right?
did. He probably did. With his he had the whole get up on with his glasses and his tracksuit on last time I
Of course
saw him
he did.
on. He was all he could have been back there in the 1960s. But always appreciate his insights. Wally, which is way more important right now, talking about food. I need to know where you went to eat. That is so important. We actually we don't go out to eat too often, but we finally went out and we went to Outback, which for everyone down under, that's our little Australian steak restaurant, which is hilarious because it's not Australian at all. But yeah, I just we have to talk about food because that's also a very important part of this channel. So one of the questions I always ask, because I just have a battle of what's better, pizza or tacos. So what would you pick? If you had to pick one, would you eat pizza or would you eat tacos?
Usually I just go for the pizza because there's always a lot of options around it. So yeah, maybe pizza. I had pizza today at work. Yeah.
Pizza's a lot better up here than it is in DC.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't have like a pizza. I'm not a pizza aficionado. I just love food.
Yeah.
So I could eat tacos if you give me, but yeah, probably pizza.
Oh, okay. So if you had to say what your favorite food was, what would that be?
Food from Trinidad and Tobago, where I'm from. Yeah, that's where you grew up with. It's like a mix between Indian and Caribbean with a Caribbean twist and also African.
Ooh.
It's really nice, and we have a lot of fried fish and all these things. It's nice. It's just not well marketed, our food, so it's not big here. But I think if they did more to market it, it would be very, very popular because we have a lot of good vegetarian options for vegans and very, very palatable, just poorly executed here. So I don't even touch it except in New York.
Oh, okay. I had one in Baltimore and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
There was one place in Baltimore and they were from Trinidad and it was great. Yeah.
Okay. You gotta tell me that later then.
I will. Yeah. Martin, he's from London, so of course he's gonna say pie and mash. Of course, Martin. Of course.
Yeah, you know what? Talking about English food, when my dad used to cooks a lot of English food, and because he lived in England for a long time, and love Yorkshire pudding. If you're ever down, when we're down in watching in Philadelphia, I just went to this place on the weekend called Stargazy, and it's this British. It's this like English food, and it had like a full English roast. But I had a pie and mash, and it was very good.
Oh my gosh, I need to get there because pie and mash is all right. Stargazers, I'm going.
Stargazy or something. Yeah.
Okay. Wally went to Seasons 52 at the biggest mall in the world, and he had shrimp and grits. Shrimp and grits are great, especially when they're cheddar.
Yeah.
Flo says pizza all day. Love it. There is actually, and I'll tell you this because, jerk chicken, yes.
That's actually more Jamaican.
Yeah, that is Jamaican. There is a place that does a pizza taco, and I think it's Taco Delphia. I still have to go, so maybe someday after Stowe's we go to.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
heard
we
there's also a
just
cheesesteak pizza, a cheesesteak taco. Oh yeah,
yeah,
what is doing for Stargazy?
yeah.
Yeah,
We gotta all go and get some pie and mash.
yeah. We will, we will. It was worth it.
So meat pie or apple pie?
Meat pie or apple pie? Huh? That's a tough one because I have a bit of a sweet tooth, you know.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know. That's a good. That's a tough one. Yeah, meat pie. I mean, food is first, and then I'll dessert. So
Yeah.
I'll
All
eat and
right.
then do the
Both.
dessert after. Yeah.
Both. Fair
Uh,
enough. All right, back to the West Ham talk now. We got to get serious. What would you say is the team that frustrates you the most? So like when we play them, you're just like, "Oh, we just got to beat them."
Man United. Biggest game for me of the year. Every year is Man United home. Then Man United away. And the thing is too is that it's just because people don't realize that is the most underrated game in the Premier League across all competitions, or across all games. Every single Man United West Ham game has drama for either side. If Man United or West Ham has drama, crazy result, amazing goal. There is neutrals will be all over that game, but they never talk about it that much. But it's such an incredible game. But besides the football, I just hate Man United. I want to beat them, and they're historically the best team in the land. So that's the one. And then all my friends are Man United fans, so they rub it in their face. Liverpool now recently too, because I don't like the arrogance of their supporter group. So yeah, but it's mostly Man United, Spurs as well. I don't like Spurs, but Man United, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of individuals that are Man United fans around here. It's kind of frustrating. Spurs are always, top of the list.
How
But
about you? What's yours?
oh, Spurs for sure.
Yeah.
My dad's a Spurs fan, so
Ooh,
I
ah,
know. I'm
y'all
like,
don't
what?
talk then.
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst.
Ah,
Um, so this weekend, well, actually, so we're playing Wolves. And there is an individual, and I know Wally knows this. There's an individual, he's a Wolves fan, and he always comes to our bar to watch the game. So it'll be interesting. What are you thinking about for this weekend? What do you think you think it'll be an easy game? You think it'll be tough? Because I feel like I'm not going to tell you my opinion, but we've always struggled with them. And it's funny because we've always been so much better. So, what are your thoughts?
well, firstly, Katie, don't go to the pub this weekend because we're playing next weekend.
Oh, next weekend. Yeah.
Don't show up
November
there. You might
20th.
get you might get Georgia versus Albania or something. So
Oh, my
uh,
God. Yeah, you're right.
but yeah, no. Yeah, actually, the Cricket World Cup final will be on, so that'll be great. But
You can watch that. You can watch that with Foshizi.
yeah, it would be a great game against New Zealand. But yeah, it's like we're doing. Poor guy, Liverpool. Dad is a Liverpool fan.
Right?
Yeah, that's awful. I'd disown my dad if I could. Um, yeah. The thing is that we're in such a good momentum. You always feel like the bubble will burst sometime. Will it burst this time? I don't know. For me, I try not to get my expectations up, and we have been playing so good. I feel like I shouldn't urge the team to win, or I shouldn't urge them like feel like, oh, a win is necessary, because everything has they played so much for us. They played with so much passion. They play for the fans and fight and fight. And
Mm-hmm.
no matter the result, I know one thing. You ask me what do I think of the result? I know that the team is going to give their all for us, and that's all I could ever ask for as a West Ham fan. If
Yeah.
we
No,
if we
you're not
lose,
wrong.
that's the thing. Like, West Ham fans just want effort, commitment, playing for the badge. And I know they're going to do that. And when they counter attack, I know they're going to counter attack with passion and counter attack so quickly. And it's going to be so exciting. And I'm just so excited to watch West Ham. And I haven't been so excited like that for forever. it's just so wonderful to see this team play. And if we win, it's amazing. If we lose, it's gonna hurt. It sucks. But I know they're gonna come back next week, and they know they're gonna give their all again. That's what's so incredible. And that's what I love about West Ham, and I just can't wait to see them every week.
So I think you're right. I think my struggle though last year was the fact that we would get up or be winning, and in the second half we would let it slip through our hands.
Yeah,
And it almost just felt like at certain times we were giving it away. And so that was where my frustration sort of fell, especially when it comes to, playing the Wolves and that kind of thing, because I feel as though, we are, calibers above them. I've always felt that.
yeah,
So, but I agree with you. I think regardless of the outcome, I think all of us can walk away proud, knowing that they have given everything and they are playing their hearts out. So, when we do have those games this year that, may not go our way, I think it'll be a much different atmosphere. Because
yeah,
so many people talk about the negativity of fans, and I can't believe people are so negative. Um, yeah, people have been negative in the past, but I think there are certain games that warranted the negativity, right? Because if we're going to continue to make the same mistakes as we did over and over again last year, letting those games slip through our hands, we weren't improving at that point. Now we are. Now we are showing that we have improved. And my fear is that we will not have the stamina long term. With Agbana getting injured,
yeah,
we pray, of course, on the hamstrings of Antonio that he stays strong. So that's where my concerns are for the rest of the year. But
yeah.
absolutely knowing that
Wait,
they're playing their heart out.
you're spot on. That's scary too. I try not to think of it, but yeah, squad depth and all these things are scary, and who knows how long it could last. But that being said, I still want us to win the next game. I hope we do, and I really want us to continue to climb the table and do a less than win the league. But
Mark
yeah,
is right. Getting used to winning is better than getting used to
yeah,
losing.
the
Long may
one
it continue.
yeah,
Um, and Lucas says winning is just a bonus. Absolutely, it
spot
is a
on.
bonus, especially when you see the team celebrate and they get together and they're all so excited for one another. I think that speaks volumes of what Moyes has built within the team over the past year and a half.
Lots of camaraderie, which is fantastic, and that's always important because sometimes you have to look at but like anything is like think of work with your colleagues. It's all about the work environment. A football club is no different from a 9 to 5 job in terms of people going to work and being colleagues, and the spirit and everything, and the values and discipline. And that's what they all have more now: discipline, but also good togetherness. And a lot of it is mentalities. They talk about sports psychology a lot, and that's very important. And I think we have a really good mix right now, and it's paying off. And long may that continue. And it's really good to see everyone really loving playing for West Ham. I know Costia would argue that the training ground could improve, and hopefully that does in the future. But it's a great place to be, and I absolutely love to get over to England to see them play this. Yeah, even if it get into the cup or something, that'd be great too.
Yeah. Lucas watching Fornal celebrate like a psychopath really gets
Oh
me.
yeah, Fornals has
Right?
been
Like,
amazing.
how can you not? How can you not love it? It is phenomenal. And it's so true about the psychology side of things. You see so many great teams that they weren't the greatest of players, you know what I mean? And just if they're all on that same page and they trust one another and they really work together, they just become such an unstoppable unit. And I think that's what we have here.
Yeah, and the song helps too because I really think that the West Ham is massive song is is like a pretty, like, think of it, it's like when England sang it's coming home. It's an
Yeah.
ironic funny thing, but when you start playing well and the results start coming, it boosts the team. And I've seen other teams that have like these songs, not in the same sport, but they have like these songs, and all of a sudden it's about winning. and then they actually continue winning and winning and winning. And like, if we could gain momentum, it's all about momentum. A lot is possible, and we already were doing well before like all this West Ham is massive stuff came up. So I just hope this momentum continues despite the injury. Hopefully Ogbonna is not out for that long. I
Yeah.
mean, there's different grades of the injury, and hopefully it's not a long-term one. That would be awful.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's definitely tough because I had a girl who started playing her freshman year in my college, and
Oh,
literally within the first couple seconds of the first game starting of the season, she just turned the wrong way and tore her ACL and
oh,
was out for the entire season. And
mm,
it's stuff like that it's like insane. So yeah, I really hope that it's not anything super long term and that we can get
mm,
them up and going because knees are tough. They're tough to rehab. Um, it's building that confidence back into the joint after you've been off it for so long
yeah,
too. And soccer is just such a mobile sport. So he is quickly grown to be a close second of my favorite players. I really admire him. I think that he's just been such a great leader in the back, and it's downplayed. You know what I mean? I think that Rice does a phenomenal job in the midfield, but Agbana is the voice of the back. And I think that they have the defense has improved tremendously under his leadership. So it'll be interesting to see how the next couple weeks play out. I'm curious. I'm
yeah.
curious.
No, you're spot on, Katie. Ogbonna has been fantastic. And yeah, I just hope he's back soon because he's also such a nice guy and has really taken great affinity to the club. He's in and around it all, and he's one of our senior players, and yeah. So Rice is also there, and there's a lot of good characters in the squad, and
Yeah,
I even love Fornals too. I mean, I disliked him a lot when he joined because I thought there was so much potential. We signed this attacking flair player, but never paid off. And like he's the epitome of fortunes always hiding because he is really a fantastic player, and I feel like so much of the team is built around him. As much as it doesn't seem that way now, I feel like he is right in the center of everything that we do, and he's great.
he really is. And I mean, I can't help but think like, what is he like shagging one of the hottest blondes ever or something? Like, I don't even know who it is, but that's got to be a confidence booster, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. He should continue whatever he's doing because he always had that potential. But what is fantastic about him, and especially because he's Spanish, and you don't see that with them because they're more technical, and we signed him more as a technical player, is his
Yeah,
work ethic. His constant running up and down. And what was frustrating is he gets in very good positions, but he never used to finish them off. And now he's added the end product, which is
yeah,
really exciting to see. The end product of Pablo Fornals, in coupled with his ability to find space, is very, very exciting to watch. And I
yeah.
love how he breaks on the counter attack too. It's great to see.
I think if we can do that with Bowen and more frequently for Antonio, I know it's
Mm.
he's done a lot better this year, obviously. But I think getting Bowen up to that level, I think that that we could become unstoppable. Um, I think having Vlasic in midfield is such a great addition for the distribution. So I'm expecting big things down the line if we can get another striker.
Who is in your mind to for us to bring in January?
That's a good question. So actually, that was going to be my next question for you because I really wanted another left back. I think that we did need someone back there, especially now with Agbana getting hurt. Um, so I don't know who's available. I'd have to
Mm.
go back and take a look. Obviously, I would love to have Jesse Lingard. I get really mad when people say he didn't want to join West Ham because that's not the truth. Um, but I do think that we need we need a left back more than anything.
Yeah.
What are
Um,
your thoughts?
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, a lot of people are talking about center defense now that Ogbona's out. I don't think so. I think we could manage with Diop and Dawson.
Yeah.
They're two very strong players, and let's see how. Let's all pray that Ogbonna, I call him Og Baby because he's my Og Baby. I love him. Um, I just hope he's back soon. But besides that, yeah, Lingard will be fantastic. However, there's a lot of um, competition for him. Newcastle maybe could, probably go after him. For me, I'd like to see another striker just because of as an insurance for Antonio, but also somebody else to fight it and give him give him a run, competition. But at the same time, maybe also mix it up with two up front, something else to add. With the new addition, the Czech, our new owner coming in, that Czech connection feels like it's improving a lot. And I'd love to see Patrick Schick from Czech Republic
Ooh, okay.
because I feel like he's a very high intensity forward. He plays, straight, direct football with his straight to goal, which is very much what Moyes likes in his strikers. He did that with Arnautovic. He did that with Antonio, and Schick is that kind of player. Schick currently plays for Leverkusen in Germany, so I think that his wages could be lower. So right now he's looking for a move up in terms of his wages, probably. Although they are playing in the Europa League. But with the Czech connection, maybe that could be a possibility, and that would be my dream signing because of how I don't know if you saw his goals in the Euros. He was fantastic.
No, I didn't. So I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, I mean, that sounds like right on par.
Yeah, he scored the second best goal of the Euros. He scored like halfway in the Euros.
What?
So it was he's really good.
So then
And
that leads me to ask my infamous question: Souček or Soufal? What is your favorite?
Ooh.
Who is your favorite Czech?
That's a tough one.
I know it's the battle of the Czechs.
Yeah, that's really difficult. Maybe I mean I love Soufal. He's fantastic and he gives his all. He really does. But yeah, I'd probably Souček because he's more in and around everything. I think he's more, in the team, everything. I love his personality. If you hear him speak, listen, just close your eyes and listen to him. He sounds like exactly like Borat.
Who?
Borat.
Who speaks?
Souček.
Oh my God, no.
Yes. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Just look at it. I think there was an interview recently he did. He sounds just like Borat.
No.
Like, it's just like, wow. It's amazing.
All right, I'm gonna have to go watch.
You heard it here first, folks.
Borat for striker.
Wow, we were.
No, exactly. Oh my God, that movie cracks me up. That is just like the funniest movie. I don't know why. I guess because it was like he like tricked so many people, and when they tried to do the what was it, the third one or something? Yeah, it like epically failed. It was not good. I forget which one it was, where his like daughter came to America, or was it the second one?
Not Bruno. Not Bruno. Oh, yeah, can't remember.
I thought it was Borat 2, where he has like the really pretty daughter, and he's like trying to find her a prince.
Can't remember that.
All right, well, yeah. So Neil, no, I have not seen her. I don't go looking for females on there, but it's funny. I trust your judgment, Neil. Lucas says, very nice.
Very nice.
That's so funny. Fo thinks it's hilarious.
No, you should really. I don't know if it was a recent video, but like him speaking, like it's just exactly the same. I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, no, he's great.
Lucas says sign a striker to make Declan happy. I agree. Let's just make Declan happy, and I'm all about.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know. I always try and do it. And I'm like,
yeah.
bring him
Yeah,
home.
you could bring Ronaldo with him too. Actually, we don't need Ronaldo. We have Antonio.
We do. We do. We do. Antonio. Oh yeah, Borat. It was Borat too. Yes. He sounds like Borat. It's true. Nice. Nice. Oh, so fun. That's great. All right. So, final question for you. What is your favorite kit? Which kit?
This season, you mean? Which?
Any time of any time.
Huh. I really like the Lucas actually wears it a lot. The XL holidays kit, the
Yeah.
Umbro. I actually had that too, and it's like down the side. It has something on the armpit too, and I think England also had the same thing where the crest is embedded in that thing too. And I don't know. It was a really nice feel good year. Dean Ashton had a full season. Kubishi was the manager. We played very well. We had this very nice, attractive style. I think we came ninth in the table, but it was a very nice, feel good year after a close relegation battle the year before, and we had a lot of big players playing for us because we have the Icelandic money. And it just takes me back to like when the first few years of West Ham. And the cool thing about that year too is Upton Park, like before the digital stuff, it used to have the regular boards, and the boards were of course based on like your sponsor. So it was always used to be black, but with XL Holidays, the whole stadium it was white. So the whole stadium around was like more lit up in terms of the light effect, and it was nice. It's just a nice time. I like that kit a lot. So yeah, that's my favorite. How about you? What's your favorite kit?
Um, so I don't know what year it is, but it's like light blue with the claret on top, and it has the old crest on it. I'd have to go back and see what year it was. But I don't think I've worn it to any games that recently. But I'll
I
have to wear
think
it the next time.
Yeah, I think we could all agree though that the Macron kits were the worst. I dislike those ones so much. It was so ugly.
Yeah.
It was so big too. You'd go get a medium, and the medium was the size of an extra large. I don't know what they did in that. I don't know where Macron is these days, but I didn't think it helped their case. You know.
Yes, Fo, that would be the definition of a tragedy. I don't know. I just we went to London to see Steps, and that's one of their songs. Oh, I don't know, Fo. I don't know all the words. You know that. Um, all right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming tonight. First, I want to say thank you to Tariq because he has been phenomenal. Of course, wouldn't have expected anything less of Tariq. Huge West Ham fan. I hope you guys had fun listening to his story. So thank you so much, Tariq, and hopefully we'll get to see a game soon in Philadelphia.
Yeah, thanks, Katie, and it was so much fun. Thanks everyone for joining too, and yeah, this is such a great show. Can't wait to see your next one. Can't wait to see what's out there. I know you're really busy, but you do such a good job. So
Thank
next time I
you.
see you, I also want an autograph because you haven't given me one yet.
Oh,
So
all right, all right.
yeah.
So, yep. So I am in the process of getting my next hometown hammers all lined up. I have a couple people over the next couple weeks, but if anyone has anyone that they think would be a good feature on the podcast, just give me a shout. Of course, you can find all of my information on Twitter and Instagram at Miss West Ham Philly. And yeah, we will hopefully be back next week. I am pretty sure I have someone from another country coming on, which I'm very excited about. So stay tuned. And I think that, other than leaving it with a come on you irons, we definitely need to say that this podcast was a great success.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
Exactly. So before I leave, I'm going to say, come on, you irons. Let's go.
Come on,
Let's
you
beat those
irons.
Wolves in 2 weeks because it's not this Sunday. It's in 2 weeks. So I'll see you guys next Thursday for another Hometown Hammer. Stay safe, guys. Have a good night. Everyone's loving the Borat. All right. Take care, guys. Have fun. See ya.